Hi all my friends. Today I want to talk about some of the challenges that I've been going through because of my storage space and traveling. I definitely have to come up with a solution because when it's moving day, it's been physically exhausting for me because when I go through a big town, I'm always trying to stock up, because you don't know when you're going to get to the next larger town, and also the type of, RV lifestyle that Kent and I do. So we boondock in places, for 2-3 weeks at a time before we move on. We might not go very far, and then we might stay another couple of weeks there. And so we don't always hit, stores or cities that have adequate shopping. So a lot of times we'll try to stock up, especially when we get into a larger town. It also helps to save money. I'm on a reduced gluten-free diet, so I'm always trying to, get as much gluten-free products that I can to keep my gluten down. And also in a larger town, I'm going to end up paying less for those products if I was able to find it in a smaller town. And so there's a lot of things that are just in consideration, when you have a special diet or, limited space and what to do. And yeah, so anyways, I'm going to come up with a plan or work on it and take you along on my idea, because on moving day, what I'm doing is I'm having to move everything from the back to the front, to the front to the back, and it goes back and forth. And I have all of these bags because I'm trying to stock up, with my supplies, because I don't have adequate storage space in here because of my housing. I have a full wet bath here. My housing is underneath my bed area, so I have a tiny little bit of slot of storage there, and I'll show you that when I turn the camera around. So I've come up with a plan. I hope it's going to work, and I'm going to take you along and show you what I'm up to and how I'm going to try to make this a little bit easier. Now later on I am going to talk about, when you have disabilities, especially things that you should be thinking about if you're going to do this lifestyle, picking the right vehicle, because sometimes, until you actually live in it and fill it up, definitely things close in very quickly, and you see that, wow, you really are reduced, in your space once you get your stuff inside of it. So picking maybe a different style vehicle, or, could definitely help when you have disabilities, because, of movement. The less you have to move around, the easier it is going to be on your physical body, okay? Now, other people might not have those issues, but you might be picking different types of vehicles for different reasons. But I am going to do a video pretty soon here about picking maybe a right type of, or trying to find the right match when you pick a vehicle, if you have disabilities especially, and you want to travel, okay? All right, so let me show you a little bit of, what I've been doing, what I'm trying to do to resolve my issue, and kind of my dilemma that I've been going through, okay? But there is a solution that at least I think will help my situation out, and maybe it might help yours, depending on, if you're already traveling, might be having some issues, or if you're thinking about a vehicle, what you might be able to do too as well, okay? Okay, so this is all the storage space that I have underneath my bed. And of course, I don't have the room to put all my food under there because I do have extra clothes under there. I do have my chair under there. I have my Mr. Buddy, okay? But I do have 2 bags of food and then Milos Food. Now, the problem with Milos Food is that I don't come across the store that I shop for him very often, especially, for instance, in Arizona. There's a store in Lake Havasu. There's a store in the Phoenix area, Buckeye. But now if I'm at Blythe or Ehrenberg, you know, or even Quartzsite, they don't have his food, and he's on a special diet. So when I go through that major, you know, a major city that I know that the store is at, that I can get his food, I need to stock up and have that on hand, okay? So I'll show you a solution that I've got for that. But this is the food that's already open for him that I'm using at this time. And then my two bags of, this is canned goods, and then I've got another bag in the back. Now, Milo's canned food, though, is right in here. So I do also give him canned food with dry food. So that's kind of my solution that I've been using actually with him and Buster. When I had Buster, was their canned food was always in that bag. Okay, so let me show you the other side. Okay, so this has been my dilemma right after shopping day. I've got all of these bags of food, and then I'm also trying to take them from there, and then I store them in a couple of the bought bags. Well, then I end up having a couple of the bought bags that I'm trying to move all over the place on moving day until we start to eat up some of the food eventually. But again, we never know when we're going to get into a big town, so I try to stock up as much as possible. And then we're only trying to get like meats and things like that, or vegetables in smaller towns. But so, yeah, I've had to come up with a solution because even moving a bunch of these bags on moving day was getting to be too much. So I'll show you my solution as I start to put this stuff away, okay? I want to show you a cool thing that I came up with. Okay, so over here was a big problem. This was becoming my catch-all place where things were just loosely on top of this. I know I do need to fix this, though. I'm going to condense that and redo the stuff that I've got stored in there. But until I get there, a lot of times I store a lot of things on top, things that I've already opened up, my nuts and seeds and things like that. And vegetables, or not vegetables, but fruit is here. So eventually I'm going to get another container for my fruit and maybe put this on top of it for my catch-all. But I'm liking this. I just got them. I think it's going to work out really nice. I may Velcro them here as long as I keep the weight down. But if they become heavy, then I will have to move them into the back when I move and just stick them back. But that shouldn't be too hard to move because everything's all pretty easily in one place. This was Kent's idea also, is catch-all bands, and this one here I've had for a while. And especially when I have my glasses, I usually have them in my case, and then I could throw my glasses in there. I have my speaker, you know, I have things that, you know, I wanted to get to quickly. I use my electrical plug-in cord is in there all the time. These were actually all in there, and it was actually getting too full, so it was just, you know, crammed with stuff, and I thought, no, this isn't working. So this is really helping a lot. I'm going to show you what I've done here. Now what I've done here is I've gone up on top of Milo's kennel. I had all of Milo's clothes laying on top of there and everything, and his toys, and that wasn't working. So the more you can go vertical, the better it's going to be, okay? So I wanted to go up, use as much of this space. So I have my vitamins here, Milo's toys and clothes and things that he used the most often. And then these are some chips and things and just extra goodies and things that I have opened up that, you know, I also wanted to be able to store and get to those pretty easily. Another thing that has worked out really well that I did in the past was I do have a tote behind Milo's kennel, and it's right back there. That is working really well. So in there I have a lot of my sunflower butter that I can't get all the time, extra gluten-free pasta, you know, just as much things that I just can't get all the time, my bars. But that is, yeah, pretty full of stuff. I just stocked up because, like I said, this is the stuff I just showed you was my second run into the store. Paper towels I keep on top, and I stock up on that because, you know, oh my gosh, my kitchen would shut down without paper towels. Okay, this is the container that I got from Milos Food, and it holds 2 of his bags of food. Now, I did buy 2 of this particular brand, and then I mix it with a little bit of this one here. The other bag is in the back, and I'll be opening that one first pretty soon. So this food here actually is going to have to be stored for a while. That's why I prefer to have it in a container because of storing it for so many months. Now, it's always better to store the dog food in the original bag, even if you do put it in a container, especially on the road. Because if you dump it straight into this container, you know, when you go to get your next bag, you're going to have to clean out that container of any, you know, residue of the dog food before you put the new bag in there. You can contaminate your new food. So it's always better to just keep it in the original bag. That's what I have done down there. So if you notice, it's an original bag inside a container. So all I have to do is just pull out that bag, put the next bag inside of it, and I'm good to go. And then also, if I do a little bit of both, I put this in a Ziploc bag and then put it in the container. So it's always in another bag. So that way the cleanup, there is no cleanup. It's just, you know, switching bag in and out. And it really does help when you're on the road. I actually always did that, even when I was in a house. I just felt that, you know, it just kept the food fresher, longer too, in the original bag. And you know, even though these are airtight containers, but then I kept it zipped up, and then it's just keeps it fresh longer, I noticed. Okay, so this is my Wonder Bag, and I'm really excited about it. And one thing to keep in mind that, you know, I have stuff in here for Kent and me. Okay, he also keeps stuff at his rig. But we're not always together, and we don't always eat every meal together, but majority. But if he's working the ham radio or a contest or something, a lot of times we'll just say, okay, well, you know, we'll just take care of ourselves and I'll see you the next day. So that happens. So he's got some stuff over on his end, but the majority of the side dishes I do. Now, he does some of the meat. He definitely can store the meat. He's got a bigger refrigerator. He's got a freezer, so he'll store that. He's got better means of cooking the meat. He's got an oven. He has a barbecuer. You know, a lot of times we just share things. I'll do a dinner. He'll do a dinner. He'll do the meat. Sometimes I'll do the side dish. So we have it all worked out between us, okay? But this helps him because he's limited too in his storage space. I fired up my onboard refrigerator so I can do more of the vegetables and have salads and bring more greens into our diet. So that's been helping. Me doing that is firing up that onboard refrigerator, okay, for that kind of stuff. All right, so what I've done is I've grouped things together if I can. If it comes in a box and they're individual packages inside of a box, I've taken them out of their box to allow me more space to get rid of those boxes. So they're all grouped together in bags if I can. And again, there's stuff in here that Kent and I will eat together. Sometimes there's things in here that I will eat by myself. The gluten-free stuff is mine. He likes croutons, so those are there because I make the salads. Yeah, so it's just been working out great. So this is just all of the packaged stuff. And then this here, the pockets, I've got my coffee filters because, I've got them at a place where I can get them cheaper, because one time I went somewhere where it cost me, when I got 2 here, it cost me to get 1 somewhere else. And I was like, oh no, I don't want that to happen again. Over here I have all of my medicines and things like that, and again, if I can take them out of the box, I will. These are patches when I drive. Those help by putting a lidocaine patch. These are just extra things. So I have in my bathroom another bottle, but these are just extras because I cannot run out of things that help reduce my pain, okay? Okay, over here I'm really excited about this little pocket here because I can put, any package mix stuff, gravy mix. We do pot roast, beef stew mixes. So all these packaged things, there's a little pocket in here that works really well for that. I have just extra bottles here of dressing and barbecue sauce. I do, grits. So just, little extra things there. Okay, then on this side, I'm going to be keeping all my extra cosmetics and things. So toothpaste and moisturizers and, all that kind of stuff is going to be inside this outer pocket. So I really like this bag, and because everything is more packaged things, it's not canned goods, so it's very light and easy to pick up. So that is going to go on the refrigerator when I drive, and then when I am somewhere, then I'll put it over on the driver's seat. So I am really excited about having this bag and finally getting everything more in one spot. Now I'm also using my microwave for storage because I don't use it, so I might as well use it for storage. And again, I have everything grouped in bags. Most of this is my breakfast stuff and bars, and I have oatmeal, gluten-free oatmeal in the back there. So that's basically what's going on here, is a lot of my bars. One of the things I still have to do is move water around, so there's no way of getting around that because of the type of boondocking that we do. But other than that, I'm sure that what I've just done is going to help a lot. So maybe later on I'll give an update and let you know how this is working out for me, because I do want to also go over a couple other things that I've done to help make things easier and organized inside the van and other areas as well as time goes on. I don't know when, because I still got so many other videos and topics and things that I want to get out first, okay? So, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, especially something to think about, when you get into a van and you add your food and clothes and stuff like that. It is all going to take up space, and especially when you have an animal as well too, and traveling, and when you can get to certain stores, you might need to stock up, and if you do, where are you going to put it all, okay? All right, so I love you all. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.